Yeah. Welcome to the Aftercast. My wife hates that, by the way. It's the Wally Show Aftercast, all the stuff that we did not get to during the course of the day. Today, I do the thing from Chit a lot at home, and Betty Rock has noticed that I do it at work, even when I'm not trying to. You even said I turned my chair the other day like
You
Chit.
did. Like there's a video on our stories currently where I was giving Wally a good job sticker, and when I told him, he even turns in his chair like Chit. Like it's like you're channeling Chit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You should be him for Halloween.
I know. I think it'd be so good. I test people by things that I know online, and if I go, yeah, and they get it, and they respond with, do it, lady. Then you're like, okay, cool. They're down. They know the reference because not a lot of people know it. And so, like, I had done a video for work where I had it at the end with Chit. It's a TikTok guy. It's a comedy thing. It's like, do it, lady. And I'm like, I don't know how many people got that. Like,
Probably nobody.
Yeah, which I love. I think it's great because we sit there and do it all the time. But my wife, I guess it drives her nuts. Like, she was like, would you please stop that? I'm like, yeah. Like, because then I can't stop it. I do it so much right now. But I do actually love doing that. I've been trying some things here during the end of the show. I saw this TikTok, because that's why we're talking about the TikTok thing, is this guy flicks a straw with his fingers, and he can make it do like an arc and then catch it again, kind of like a boomerang. I have not mastered this yet. He makes it look
Clearly
so easy.
not.
No, I mean,
it looks like he's taking a straw and just throwing it at the floor. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, but he makes it arc, and I'm just like, I can't do it. And because I always say, I thought this one would be easy. Betty Rock did not like my magic. Neither did my wife. Like when I was doing magic card tricks, and you both killed that desire in me.
There was one that was so bad.
It was not.
And you were so pleased with yourself. And it was like, but why?
I got it. You couldn't do it?
I think I could have.
I don't think
there
so.
were like 3 cards, and you were like, and then is this your card?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, just put it on the pack, like right there.
No, because you're whittling it down. That's part of the trick.
It was super lame.
So, anywho, yeah. So I'm realizing though, like the magic stuff, I wish I was better at it. But then I'm like, I also watch a lot of disarming people videos.
What
like
does that mean?
Self-defense, like taking guns out of people's hands and taking knives away. And I don't know why they keep coming up, and I love them. And I'm like, oh man, I'd love to be able to do that. But then I can't even flick this straw. So like, there's no way I'm going to be able to learn that.
That's another reason why you shouldn't be a part of the security team at your church. It's just a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did you see Chit being a part of the security team?
Crunching the numbers. Yes, I could actually. Because Chit can do things that people don't expect. He lulls them into that false sense of security. And then all of a sudden you find out like he's a baller and he can do stuff. That's
Maybe
me.
so.
Except for this dumb straw thing. Have to talk about this. This is something that could never, ever happen in America. There's a zoo in Denmark that is requesting donations of healthy horses and other small pets, and not to do a petting zoo, but they are asking for these animals to feed to their captive predatory animals.
Absolutely atrocious.
How great is this?
It's not great at all. I can't even imagine. Maybe it's a Denmark thing.
Yeah.
But to me, if someone in the U.S., a U.S. zoo did that,
Could not.
we would be livid.
PETA would be all up in their business.
Yeah. Did they have a PETA group in Denmark?
I'm going to say no. Or they have rational thought people.
Well, and they were saying, too, that they said small horses, which is crazy.
58 inches high.
Guinea pigs.
Yeah.
I don't think they were accepting cats and dogs.
No, that'd be gross.
But they said that they didn't. They did or they
Chickens,
didn't.
rabbits.
They did or they didn't want sick ones.
They do not.
They don't want sick ones.
No.
So they want healthy ones that you're just sick of taking care of.
The horse can't be sick within the last 30 days. So they have to have health records for the horse.
Sad.
Well, here's the thing. What's really weird about it, because I figured they were just going to throw them in a cage and they guys got to fight it out. Like anyone that's owned a snake, I hated the snake feeding day. When I was in high school, we had a boa, and everyone was like, oh, we get to feed it. And so, yeah, you get to throw a rat in there. Then the rat like goes up to its nose and is like sniffing it like, what's this? And then bam!
No.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
And they
hated
let the kids watch that?
Oh, yeah. Hated that. I never did like that. And so I thought this was the case. They'd throw the animal in this animals' habitat.
Horrible.
And then because the animals that are predators need to stay predacious. They need to continue that.
Well, let them chase a string or something.
I know, but that's the part of this that was weird is that they're saying that they euthanize them responsibly first, and then they put them in there, which I thought was really, really odd. But again,
What's the point?
they're gently euthanized by its staff before being served as food. I mean, but it is the circle of life. I mean, honestly, that's what it is.
I agree with you on that. I think the difference is if it's a bunny or a guinea pig that is actively in the wild,
yeah,
it has a chance to survive because it has learned skills.
Yeah, and it can run away. And
yes. But this is where you are setting it up to fail.
Yeah.
It is like Hunger Games 2.0.
Like
you're putting, and something bad's going to happen.
There are companies that breed animals to feed to other animals. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, look at what we do. If you want to get down to it, we have a whole industry that raises chickens and cows for the sole purpose that one day we are going to eat them.
No, you're right.
And
you're
so
right.
It's not that different, but it just feels horrific if all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to take care of this bunny anymore. Let's take it to the Denmark.
Yeah.
And then you take it, and the bunny's like, oh my gosh, this is great. I've loved the zoo. This is awesome. My family's taking me to the zoo. This is going to be so much fun. Why are we going backstage? Why are we going back here? I thought the animals are out there. And then they're like, why is the guy got a needle? This looks like a vet. Why are we doing this?
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It breaks my heart.
But again, this is something that could not happen in the United States.
No.
And maybe like this one, there's a lot of things that happen that everyone is so woke about and so triggered by and upset by. I don't know that I would. If people were upset by this, I think I might be like, yeah, I see it. Because there's a lot of ones I'm like, I don't see it at all. I don't see your position on this at all. But this one, I'd be like, I get it.
Wow.
We don't need to.
I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, because it's kind of sad a little bit.
It's very sad.
Yeah. This was a weird story too. There was an Ohio couple that welcomed a baby boy from an embryo that was frozen over 30 years ago. What in the world?
So that baby is 30 years old.
That's what I'm like. Like, does the baby come out? It's like, oh my gosh, my back hurts. Anybody else like having a bad day here today?
I need a butt pillow.
Yeah, like me from earlier. Yeah, it's really it's so strange.
So it wasn't their embryo then, right?
No, he's already complaining about his life choices.
So why they didn't adopt? I'm guessing they adopted this embryo.
Yeah, so they got this embryo. So the embryo, I guess, was frozen 30 years ago. This is what's amazing. Like, I can't keep French fries in my freezer for longer than like 30 days, and they get all freezer burned. You're like, is this embryo? Like, this kid's gonna be like freezer burn on his head or something? Like,
that means he was
fascinating. He
was technically born in 95.
Well, the embryo was harvested in 95. You're absolutely right. Nicely done. And then it was frozen and stored, and then they bought this embryo. It gets fertilized and then put into the mother.
Where are the parents?
Oh, I have no idea. It might be one of those things that is like an embryo business,
Yeah.
A cryo farm kind of thing. It's
weird.
really strange. But I didn't know anything like that could survive frozen for 30 years and then become life. That's what's amazing. Like, honestly, that is crazy.
Well, and then in the Bible, a lot of Christians are against abortion because it says the Lord knit you together in your mother's womb.
Right.
Does that embryo have a soul?
Well, yeah. I mean, because it's still, the embryo is
It's just put on hold for 30 years?
It's just put on hold, yeah. I mean, it's like, it's still the same embryo, the same DNA, the same everything that it was. It just got suspended. It just got held, and then now it is what it is,
So
But
weird.
this is the weird thing about this stuff. There is an element of playing God. As science advances, and they're great advancements for people that like are longing to have kids and couldn't have kids any other way, and then they can have kids, And it's like, yeah, these advancements are great, but they always come with moral and ethical dilemmas. Like, the more advanced our science gets, the harder these questions are going to be in the future. cloning. Well, like years ago, the embryo thing was a big deal, and it still is. Like, because here you go. This is a real interesting thing for pro-life people. Okay, so let's say you are pro-life. You're like, okay, I do not believe in abortion in any way, shape, or form. You've got a bank of these embryos from 30 years ago, and somebody goes, oh, well, we can chuck those. It's been 30 years. Let's get rid of those. Well, now you're showing these 30-year-old embryos can produce life. Even after being frozen for 30 years, there's still life there, and so it's like, okay, well, once that embryo is now before it's fertilized, then it's not life technically,
right?
And so at what point you can debate all that, but it's like that is a pretty fascinating thing and an argument for, man, we need to protect these rights. Because that is an unborn child that can viably be a person.
It's like Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Because they're like trying to pull the DNA out of the mosquitoes and stuff to make the dinosaurs again.
And look what happened there. But again,
anarchy.
Playing God is a really scary thing. When you think about the future of cloning. We had Dolly the sheep all those years ago, and cloning is advancing more and more. Genetic altering of children in the womb, like, hey, I want to have a kid that has blonde hair and blue eyes. Well, we can just change that for you. I want to make sure my kid doesn't have any birth defects. Well, let's just change that for you. Like genetic coding is scary, and it is playing God. You're taking you're taking any of the nature out of it, and you're just controlling it.
However, if your mom would have been given the option of, with this child, you could change something about him. Yeah. What would you want her to have changed?
Oh, my height.
Make you taller?
Yeah, make me taller. Yeah. Tall people have an advantage. Well, or good looking. No, I'd rather be short and good looking than tall and ugly. For sure. Good looking people have advantages in this life. Like Betty gets to experience this every day.
Oh my gosh.
I don't. It's not like anything that I get to experience. And so, but I've seen it happen all the time, So... I think I would do that. What about you?
Gosh, I don't even know.
You're too perfect?
No, I didn't say that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll just put a pin in that. We'll come back to that in a later Aftercast. Speaking of moms making decisions, surfer Bethany Hamilton, you know her. She lost an arm to a shark attack. The fact that she lost an arm, still gets in the ocean, and can still surf competitively and did for a lot of years by getting up on one arm, that is hard. Like, that's amazing. But there was a story of her putting her child in a situation that got a little wonky.
So here's how it turned out. Bethany Hamilton, yes, she got her arm taken off by a tiger shark, a 14-foot tiger shark, while she was competitive surfing. She was 13 years old at the time.
Crazy.
Now she's married with like 3 or 4 kids. Anyway.
She's really nice, too, by the way. I met her in Hawaii for the premiere of her movie Soul Surfer, and I really liked her. She was just kind. And, I mean, this lady, talk about strength. And to be able to do that and surf at a somewhat competitive level is pretty cool.
Anyways, one of her kids is a 6-year-old little boy named Wesley. And she said she was out shopping with Wesley, and they passed by an owner and their dog. And it was on a leash. But all of a sudden, the dog, just for some reason, did not like Wesley and jumped and bit him. And there's pictures of it.
Did get his arm?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It's not funny.
I know it's not. It's horrible.
Then why are you laughing?
I like irony. It's ironic. Did he literally get bit in the arm?
I don't know, but he definitely got bit. It's either the leg or the arm.
Did the dog take his arm? Like, how ironic? Like, what are the odds?
I know, but she had to take him to the hospital. But she did say, she's like, if you have a dog, even if it's leashed, if it's just grumpy.
Yeah, control it.
Or, don't take it out in public. Because she said her son wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just minding his own business, and this dog bit him.
Sure. I wonder if there'll be a movie about that.
Okay, let's move on to my next story, which is...
You should have to segue.
Oh, okay.
Your own stories?
Well, no, I will, because I don't... It's about a little boy getting bitten by a dog. Like, you can't joke about those
Yeah,
things.
you don't want me to segue that one.
No. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of behaviors that you'll see in someone that is smarter than they let on. If you see these characteristics, then you know these are pretty smart people.
I bet I have all of these.
I doubt it. They wait to understand before speaking.
Nope, I don't have that.
They avoid harm or assumptions. But
no, I definitely don't avoid harm or assumptions. I like assumptions.
Okay, let's go to the second one. They welcome correction and new perspectives rather than getting defensive.
Oh, no, I'm super defensive. I don't like to be told what to do or that I'm wrong by people that I don't respect. Like, if I respect you, you can tell me that I'm wrong about something. Absolutely. My wife does it every day. But she's earned that right. Betty Rock tells me I'm wrong about things at work, but she's earned that right with me. You have to earn that right with me. You have to prove to me that you know what you're talking about before I will listen to you.
They don't brag about their intelligence because they know it doesn't need proving.
Okay, I do not brag about my intelligence.
Because there's nothing to brag about.
Pretty much.
They have small egos and they don't need to be the loudest in the room.
No, sorry. I am the loudest in the room with a giant ego. Okay.
They listen more than they talk, and when they do speak, it matters.
So these are all signs of an intelligent person.
Yes, a very smart person.
And a boring person, like
Oh
a
my
person that you don't want to hang
gosh.
out with at a party.
And then finally, they don't argue with closed-minded people, choosing to conserve their energy and walk away respectfully.
I am getting a little better at that, but I will argue with people. Like, I like to argue. I love to argue points, and I love debate. And I can walk away from a debate with somebody not offended at all. Like, I can walk away and be like, oh, that person's crazy. Like, whatever. Like, but there's a weird thing that in our modern society, like, there's no room for difference of opinion, you know? I think, and honestly, not to get too political here, but I think the left does debate worse than the right. Like, the left punishes you for not believing what they believe. The right just writes you off as crazy. Like, oh, well, you're crazy. And they just don't talk to you, you know? But the left is like, no, you have to believe this. And if you don't believe this, I'm going to punish you. And they even do it to themselves inside of, like, I'm super liberal. And then somebody else is like, I'm liberal too. And they're like, puh, you're not liberal enough. And then they punish them and cancel them. So I think that's where that side of us politically goes awry. But yeah, we don't have any... We're not good at discord in this country because we always go to penalty phase. Like, we can't just disagree with somebody. We have to disagree with them, and then that's not enough. We have to punish them. Hence, cancel culture. You know, it wasn't enough just to disagree with somebody. It was like, oh, now I have to make sure that you suffer for not feeling like I feel. You have to have pain in your life because you don't believe what I believe. You know, we do it in the church too, to some degree. You know, we want people to, you know, suffer for their sins if they won't get right with God. And, you know, there's an element inside of the church that has been like that historically for years. You know, not all of it, obviously, but there is an element to that. Even if you look at how our faith construct is, think about it. I didn't choose to believe in you, God. Oh, okay, well, you're going to suffer forever. What? So, like, where did we learn this concept? I don't know. You know, that's a big question. That's one that I've been diving into a little bit more lately.
You need to talk to a pastor.
Oh, I know. I miss having Pastor Chad here. I mean, he wasn't really good at it, but no. In case he still listens to the Aftercast, that's for you, Chadwick. Love you, man. No, I heard somebody say something really interesting. Now we're going to dive into a little bit of theology here, but it's really surface and it's not researched on my part or anything like that. I just want to be very, really clear about that. But they said
back to what smart people do.
Right, exactly. It's just an assumption, just going off. No, but tell me what you think about this, lady, Brock, because hell has always been a problem for me, and like hell to me was always like, okay, the demons and the devil get thrown into the lake of fire, and I always have had a struggle with somebody going, I just don't understand you as a God. I don't believe like the stories, and I'm sorry, I just don't. You know, like they just can't get to that place. And then God goes, okay, I get it. You're going to burn in hell forever, you know? And you're like, ugh, the punishment and the crime don't fit. Like Hitler's easy. Hitler, you go, you deserve to be in hell. You deserve to, you know, be suffering forever. But somebody that just can't make that leap, to understand or believe that you're this God that loves them, and then you reward them with suffering in hell forever. Like, that's a real hard thing for me, that as I've gotten older in my faith, I just always believed it and accepted it. It's what I was taught. And then as I've gotten older, I'm like, oh man, is that it? But somebody the other day was talking, and they brought up the verse, for the wages of sin is death. And their point was, and again, I'm not trying to sway anybody. I want to be real clear about this. I'm not a theologian. I'm not a scholar, obviously. I'm not trying to sway anybody else on their opinion. I'm not trying to spout false doctrine and mess with anybody else's faith. I'm not even saying this is right, but I'm saying this part of it made sense, and it makes me want to investigate more. For the wages of sin is death. And they're like, so if you work for me and you do this job and I pay you, that's your wage, and we're even. We're good. And so the wages of sin is death. Not the wages of sin is eternal torment forever and ever and ever, and the gnashing of teeth and blah, 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 blah. And so this person was making the point that the wage you're paid for your lack of belief is just, that's it, death. You're done. Your time is ended. Mm-hmm. Whereas everybody else that believes in Jesus gets the extra bonus of eternal life, and that death is actually just separation from God and perfection and eternity and bliss and joy, that your punishment is you don't get to experience that. The upside is you don't feel like you're burning forever, And I thought, in my humanness, that actually seems to make sense to me. But I need to do more research, because I guarantee you there are other verses that would probably go against that, because there's definitely things in the Bible that feel like they're contradictory. And I know everyone goes, oh, the Bible's not contradictory, but there are things that on the surface, because of the context in which it was written, it feels contradictory. Mm-hmm. Now, when you get down to it and you start picking it apart and say, okay, this was the context this was written in, and so it makes sense because it's actually saying this, then you see the lack of contradiction. But on the surface, there are things that definitely feel contradictory, not knowing the context. But anyway, that's just something that I'm kind of wrestling through and trying to figure out. And I don't even know where I land on it yet,
That's okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought that was an interesting point. So, you know what? We have to do some work here. And so I think...
No.
What?
You have to use a segue to get to birthdays.
I'm not even doing birthdays. Oh.
Do it.
Do we have some?
No.
Oh, then we don't have them.
Yes, do a segue.
Do they have birthdays in hell? How's that? Is that pretty good?
It's pretty good.
Not bad, huh?
It's pretty good.
All right, no birthdays today, and that's going to have to do it for your Aftercast. Thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.